I started at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
The sword and their destruction draweth nigh. I mean, it's coming.
That's right.
It's coming. And the scriptures say that one people shall stand up to fight another people, man.
It says, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
See, so these wars are also going to bring sedition among men, where you're going to have different uprisings of these different governments.
That's right.
People are going to be uprising because they can't get food, they can't get their daily bread.
Their bare essentials.
They're not going to be able to get their bare essentials, man. Because the war effort is going to take from the daily living of these people throughout the whole planet Earth, man.
This shit about to turn into jail, man. That's right. You watch some jail movies, you know, toiletry, that goes a long way. You know, soap, toothbrush.
Toothbrush, toothpaste.
You know, we're going back to the barter system, man. Pieces. You know, soups, bags of chips.
Small booze.
Yeah. Nigga might die over a cigarette, man.
Yeah.
People gonna die over cigarettes. Some coffee.
A can of beans.
Yeah.
People gonna die over little stuff like that, man. A can of beans, man. A whole family might get wiped out over a can of beans, man.
Yeah, they show you that in Colony. You know, when there was martial law, when he dropped one egg, he thought like the world was, he's like, man, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, one egg. He said, you know, he'd never turn down a cup of coffee in that day. They even had guard people on the doors, you know? Like people, hey, it's your turn, you know? Grab the gun.
Holding posts,
know?
Yeah, the days of you going to Starbucks getting your $5 coffee, them days are over, man. Those days are coming to an end. You having the luxury to go to the Shake Shack, get a burger, go out for a night on the town, spend $50, $60, $100. Them days is coming to an end, man.
You got demons on you, pay $5 a coffee, man. Straight up. That's bugged out. You know?
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna get back. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. What's the modern day sword? The modern day sword is guns. A lot of these uprisings are gonna be malicious. You know, your everyday common man, if you will. Hey, look, man, the KKK about to take them sheets off. That's right. You know, they're gonna be out in the front with guns. They're gonna, and they ain't gonna be just flashing them neither. All right? Because a lot of these KKK members is politicians, COs, police. You know, they're gonna be on broad daylight with this stuff, man. It says, and shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. There shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes.
Yeah, they're not going to regard their kings and princes. The modern day kings and princes are your mayors, your senators, you know, your different legislators. They're not going to regard them, man, because everything's going to be short. You know, all the goods, the services are going to be brought low.
Yeah, the politicians in them, they're gonna be looking for food.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta remember, man, all of the dirt these politicians are doing, man, the people are not gonna hold these people in regard, man, because they're gonna be like, you the one that put us in this situation. Because here it is, we work 40 hours a week, you tax us, you tell us that the taxes are going somewhere where they're not. And it's nothing but a Ponzi scheme. You're lying to these people. They're not gonna regard them.
Yeah, basically court is going to be held in the streets.
Exactly.
Mob rules. It's going to go back to the days with mob rules.
Hells yeah. Yeah, that's the spirit. I was just watching Godfather yesterday, man. Don Corleone had the politicians, he had the judges in his hand. Why? Because he worked his way up from the bottom. You know, starting off, extorting your local bakeries and, you know, your local little companies, paying off the police, you know? So that type of system is gonna come back, where if you're walking up and down the street and somebody sees something that they like, that you got, then they taking it, including women. Right.
That's right.
I like shit and I want shit.
It's the hard way.
Yeah, you do the easy way or the hard way?
Hey, they show you in that movie, The Road, when you had a militia, they used to have, they had zombie bodies.
Yeah.
People that they was going to eat, that they were holding to eat, man.
Yeah, they
That's
had
what
them
you
in
gonna
the basement.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have groups of people that's gonna be taking people hostage and eating them, man. Putting them in their basement, and then people waiting to be ate.
They're gonna marinate it. People gonna get marinated in that day, man. Hey, cannibalism is coming back, man. You know? Your government is about to short. They're gonna up the gas prices and the food ain't gonna be able to come to your nearest grocery store. And guess what? It's gonna be all out hell in the streets, man.
That's right.
You know? You have to fight for your life.
Yeah, the cops gonna be the top criminals in the beginning.
Hell yeah.
In the beginning, yeah.
Because they gonna get the drop and they got the guns.
Yeah.
And they're gonna look like the authority.
Yeah.
They're gonna look like, we got everything under control.
Yeah, they gonna fool the people.
Yeah.
You see that in Containment.
Yeah, they did that in Sandy. They was telling me, because I was living down here, talking to a couple people. In Sandy, the cops was regulating with the gas, man. They was allowing their friends and family come and put up on gas, but the fucking gas line was way down the street over there, man. But they was allowing their family to come, and the cop was standing there regulating. And stupid, man. Niggas stupid, man. It should have been an uprising.
In that day, man, those same cops, man, it's gonna be mobs trying to get them, man.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, look, if you think a cop got an AK-47 or whatever?
Hell no.
No, I'm just saying in general, if a cop did have an AK-47,
cut.
but all of those people, man, eventually
You gonna run out of bullets.
we're gonna run out of bullets, man.
Didn't Trump pass a bill giving them like military weapons and something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, to up it, because they already been militarized.
Yeah,
So they
brought
might have it.
They brought back the 1033 program, man, which that's a program to get all of that excess military equipment from Iraq and those different wars in the Middle East. They give it to these different departments, these police departments, man.
So they gonna be strapped.
They got drones.
Yeah.
They get drones. They get, the battering ramps.
Yeah.
They get all of that, man.
Yeah, which they already had it. They already have a portion of it. You know, after 9/11. Man, I remember, man, going over there by the Staten Island ferry and everything. The fucking cops, niggas was masked up. Fucking, they had I think they was MP5s. They had them shits on their chests with the mad gear on and shit, looking like straight up police.
And they used to take cars to Manhattan from Staten Island through the Staten Island ferry. After 9/11, that was no more in existence.
Yeah, I remember that. Yup. So they shut that shit down. You know?
It says, they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and Salakia, it says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's also talking about, these nations going against each nation, all those all those NATO treaties gonna go out the window,
Hell yeah. The brother, man, that was a good ass video. The brother from London, man, he said that. He said, man, look, he said, because what's them joints? Because he mentioned there's certain meetings. I think it's the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, you got the G20. You got the G8.
Right. And they basically regulate the type of weapons that are allowed to be used in a battlefield. That shit going out the window.
Yeah.
They gonna empty the tank. Iron Man suits, fucking RoboCop. All that's coming out, man. Chemical, all that, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And we know that because what? Because the scriptures say that plagues are gonna hit. It's gonna be. So we gotta talk about that some more. We talking about the famine. We talking about the pillaging. But guess what? It's gonna be disease warfare out here too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, people gonna be getting sick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, average people like this, they're gonna be coughing.
And a hospital gonna be the worst place to go.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, that's why Manasseh said watch Containment on Netflix. That's that state, man, it just put you in there, man. You gotta walk around with a mask. If somebody cough on you, you got it.
Well, it's all spiritual, man, because get Psalms 91. Read verse 5. Psalms 91 and 5. Because it's spiritual. You gotta have faith in the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, the faith of the Lord. Yeah, that's right. That's a good account. You know, Paul did. He got bit by the death adder, and he didn't get sick. Read that.
This is Psalms 91, verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night,
Right.
nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yeah, we not gonna be scared of the pestilence.
Yeah, the pestilence that walketh in darkness. You
Right.
can't see it.
Right. It's really talking about the missiles, to be all the way real. But you can apply it because it applies. It fits. You know? Keep going out.
1,000 shall fall at thy side,
Yep.
and 10,000 at thy right hand,
Yep.
but it shall not come nigh thee.
It shall not come nigh thee, man. Well, guess what? You may have brothers that are men of the Lord that the pestilence do hit, just so another brother could come and heal them and boost 10,000 more men's faith.
Yeah.
Things like that happen in the ancient world, man. Remember the blind man? Remember they asked, why was this man blind? He was blind for the kingdom of heaven's sake, man. All right?
I got one real quick.
Yup.
This is
So no matter what, see, the Most High is going to bring you through diverse temptations, and he's going to try your reins. He's going to try your loins. Are you going to buck up? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to tuck your nuts and say, fuck it, the Lord did it, and I'm going to deal with it? Because once you have that mind, the scripture says that too. It said the spirit of a man will sustain his infirmities. I like to bring that out. And that's what's going to happen. Now, if you got a strong spirit in that day, and that's the point of getting into these scriptures and girding yourself up and gearing yourself up for the evil day to come. So when the time comes, your spirit is solidified and rooted in the word, in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So therefore, when these things happen, it may touch you for a moment, but then the Lord take it away from you because you show forth faith,
That's
just
right.
like Job. All right?
That's right.
Luke 10 and 19, it says, Behold, I give unto you power to tread upon scorpions. To tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Job 5:20.
Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather
That's beautiful right there.
spirits.
Now that you get that, what you reading?
Luke
Finish that.
10 and 19.
Finish that and go to Colossians, the 1st chapter. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it says, Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions,
Yup.
and over all the power of the enemy,
Over all the power of the enemy, keep going,
and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
right?
Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you.
Yeah,
And these are spirits.
yeah, exactly. Because the spirits are subject unto us. We're gonna get into why. Go ahead.
And it says, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
Rather rejoice because their names are written in the book of life. Now go to Colossians, the 1st chapter. You know where it says Yahweh Shai said all principalities and you know.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, Colossians 1 and 16, it says, I'm gonna start at 13. It says, who have delivered us, Yahweh Shai, from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear son.
Yep.
Verse 14. In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature.
Right.
For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible.
See, by him all things were created. Keep going.
Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers,
See?
all things were created by him and for him.
All things were created by him and for him. So being that we have the spirit of Yahweh Shai upon us, we're going to be able to overcome in the last day. When the spirit of pestilence and darkness shrouds these people, man.
Which those are the spirit of vengeance. And Yahweh Shai created the spirit of vengeance too, because all things were created of him.
That's right.
So, I mean, you know, it goes both ways, man.
Now get Job 5 and 20.
This is Job chapter 5 verse 20. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Right?
Remember Elijah?
Speak up, bro.
Yeah, remember Elijah, the prophet, you know, the birds
Yep.
fed him in the wilderness.
That's right.
He was faint. That's an example.
Yep.
You know?
The Lord come save you in the time of trouble.
Jeremiah. Oh no, hold on. It was a prophet that was
Daniel?
Daniel in the lion's den.
Right.
Habakkuk bought Daniel, you know, some food, man.
Yeah.
Took him from where Habakkuk was in a whole nother place and brought him to where Daniel was with food, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, because the minute, look, that's why the scripture said that too. Who was that, man? I think it was Elijah. Yeah, it was Elijah. I know it was said with him. Well, it was actually it was either Elijah or Elisha. He said because he thought he was by himself. He said, "If I have 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee to Baal." Why? Because he thought he was by himself. So we're gonna be found in a time and place where it may seem like there's no hope, but that's when the Lord kicks in if you still have faith. All right, so keep going to Job.
It's Job 5:20. It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue." Salaki, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Yep, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. The scripture said that the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, man. All right, keep going.
Come. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Right, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. All right, starting with the society, the system, which is the beast. All right, and also too talking about these animals, because these animals is going to get loose on you people, man. When the gates of the zoos open up, hey man, when the tsunamis may come, and then there's going to be fish, all kind of animals and sharks, you know, in the midst of the street, man. You know, causing havoc, man. All right, keep going.
It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field." It says, "And the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee."
See, the beast of the field shall have peace with thee, and the stones of the field is what? It's rooted with the earth, man. All right, stones ain't going nowhere, man. All right, so we're gonna be rooted. We're gonna be rooted. We're not gonna be moved in that day. All right, got something? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right, going back to Yahushua. Yahushua made them. Go ahead.
Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Yep.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Yeah, we already see a small portion of that right now. Because when you so-called white people, man, you go out into the wilderness, you go out into the forest, and them beasts, they be eating y'all all up, man. I ain't never seen no shark eat no so-called black man. I ain't never in my life, man. Every time you so-called white people in the water, the sharks be eating y'all up, man. All right?
They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Go ahead, go into it.
When the Lord's ready to unleash these furies that are created for vengeance, they're going to do as the Lord say. And they're not going to be a second late. They're going to be right on time.
Right, just like the missiles, man. Scripture say none of them shall miss their ranks. Every missile that's shot onto America is going to hit. Your missile defense system, we could go into the scriptures and show you that. The missile defense system ain't going to work.
It's gonna malfunction.
Yeah.
When it's needed. Hey, I got one.
Yep.
This is Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal."
Yeah, I wound. Yep.
The Most High healed you. He wound you. He healed you. Elder Gabar did a good video talking about brothers with infirmities. because we're in this truth. That's the Most High wounding us to humble us, man.
Yeah.
And dealing with brothers that have infirmities, and most brothers do in this truth have infirmities, man. You know? But it's the Lord that wounded us, and ultimately, He's gonna send His Son, Yahushua, to heal us, man.
That's right.
Right? So it says, see now that even I am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Most High has everybody, well, the Most High has power over the soul, man. He has power over the flesh, man.
Yeah, this is Amos chapter 5 and 18. This is gonna go right along with the brother said, because if the Lord had you destined for destruction, there's no one that can deliver you from the Lord's hands, you know. But it says this is Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is darkness and it's not light, man. You know, you got people out here that's looking for the Lord to come. But when the Lord comes back, it's going to be great darkness, man.
Yeah, that's right.
The Lord is coming back to bring death and destruction, man.
That's right. Done. This is the point right here in 19. It says, as a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
So it's going to be, the day of the Lord is likened unto a man that escaped something horrific, and then met something that's more horrific, man.
Done.
You know? You might have escaped getting shot. You know what I'm saying? You might have made it through that, but you didn't escape having a boulder fall upon you, man. That's how the Lord is coming, man. So you know what's crazy? You got survivors, people that survive different traumatic events. You know, they might have, dodged death. They might have got into a car accident, got into a coma, and and overcame disease. But then their death is going to come and be more horrific than would have been, if they would have died of cancer, or if they would have died when they got shot. You know? You got it.
I'm gonna read that verse again, verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Yeah, so he went into a house and he leaned his hand on the wall like, oh, I got away.
Yeah.
And then the serpent got him, man. And now he got to deal with that serpent bite. And then you know how when that poison gets up in you, and you start blowing up and pus start coming out.
Dying slowly.
Yeah, dying so you can't breathe. Your organs start failing.
Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness?
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness, man. So when Yahushua come back, it's going to be dark, man.
That's right.
That's going to be a dark day.
Not only are you going to have the chariots blocking out the sun, but you're going to have all the multitude of thermonuclear missiles blocking out the sun.
Well, you're going to hear them.
Yeah.
That's going to bring the fear. That's going to amplify the fear, man. Not only are you going to see missiles knowing that they're going to come and they're going to kill you, but you're going to hear them. You're going to hear the explosions going to other places.
Yeah, what was that movie?
Day After?
That's an old joint. I think they redid it. Apostle Gabar always like to talk about it. It take place like in not Mississippi, but
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I think that's the day after.
That is?
Yeah, because they seen the missiles coming up.
Yeah.
Out of the
They were hiding in the bunkers.
Yeah.
Some of them
they
got
was
left
running.
out the bunkers.
Yeah, they was running. A lot of them was on the streets.
Yup.
And then they show you when the missiles hit, they show you their skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all the water was jacked up.
Yeah.
People was all messed up, which the thermonuclear bombs that they got now, the technology is gonna make that look like child's play.
Yeah, they got nuclear bombs that can destroy the whole United States in one whop, the whole East Coast.
Good.
Pick a city, man. Nuclear missiles could destroy a whole city, man. That's the power of the weapons that you're looking for. Now, scriptures say, 100 million missiles?
Yeah.
That's going to shake the heavens, man. To and fro. The scriptures talk about that, man. That's going to cause a massive earthquake. When all these missiles get shot and the bulk of the missiles hit America, the whole earth is going to rock out of its course. And that's when the people are going to stand in fear. Not only are they going to see the chariots in the sky, in the heavens, but they're going to feel the earth rock.
Think about it. Apostle Ricard went into when he was out here. You're gonna have not only that, with earthquakes, you get tsunamis. You're gonna have, man, it's gonna get ugly. Because remember, the scripture says, hurt not the trees. You know, the scripture said, what did the trees do?
Yeah.
You know, because everything's gonna get touched.
Yeah, was the Lord mad at the rivers? Was he displeased with the trees?
Yeah.
Man, that's in Habakkuk.
Yeah, man.
Trees didn't do nothing, man. You know, the water ain't do nothing, man. If anything, they was victims to the so-called white man.
But they gotta get cleansed. They gotta get cleansed.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know? And so-called white man's a big fuck up, man. It just everywhere he goes, he just fuck shit up. You know?
Well, that's why there has to be scourges for amendment.
Yep.
To amend the wickedness of these so-called white people, start with their politicians, their leaders. Death and destruction has to come, man.
Hell's yeah.
In order to make what the so-called white man, the Edomites, made wrong in the earth, death and destruction have to come, man.
We gotta start all over.
We gotta start all over, man.
Plain and simple. You cannot rebuild off this world. Everything you cannot. You can't. Everything has to be wiped away. And then start from the ground up all over again.
Basically, there's not going to be a structure on this whole entire planet Earth, man. You know, when we get it, man. There's not going to be any remembrance of the rulership of you so-called white people, man.
Hell no.
Once you go down, man. Because everything's going to be destroyed, man, by fire, man. The nuclear missile is going to destroy America. And the whole land is going to be laid desolate, man.
We know America is, can't say about everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, but mainly it's America and the land of Israel, the Fertile Crescent, Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's judgment. You know, in that area, in that vicinity, in that region, you know, it's going to be cooked. You know, a lot of parts of Africa, everywhere where you so-called white people dwell, basically, it's going to be a lot of destruction, whether it be regular war, you know, or just, you know, or it's going to get wiped off the face of the earth.
This is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all the holy conversation and godliness?
Yeah, everything in America is going to be destroyed, from your Washington Monument to your Capitol building to your Empire State, the One World Trade Center, Empire State Building. What do you have out there in Montana? You had the faces of old presidents or whatever.
Oh, you talking about the
Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore, yeah.
That's going to be destroyed. You know, the Bay Bridge. All of these iconic landmarks in America, they're going to all be destroyed, man.
Hell yeah.
Everything that captivates the heathen, man.
Yeah, and they make a whole bunch of money off this stuff, man. And then they have our people be the tour guides and basically the caterers to this shit. And they get all the money. Just like I keep hearing people talk, yeah, we went down Dominican Republic, Punta Cana and all that. You got our people down there basically in servitude, and the resorts, they ain't owned by the Dominicans, the tribe of Simeon. The resorts is owned by the so-called white men. Yeah. But you got Simeonites out there working.
Yeah, they come down there, they buy a piece of land down there for cheap, and they build up a resort, and then they have people come in.
You know, you gotta go to the origin, they ain't buy it. You know, they kill for that. There's a lot of blood on that land, man. You know? A lot of rape, a lot of robbery on that land. That's how they established them resorts, man. You know, throughout time later on, somebody else might have came down, you know, and bought it, but it was established through iniquity, man, through blood. So that proves right there, all them places down there gotta be washed away, man. You know, going back to Numbers 35 and 33.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. And shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long and to him that laden himself with thick clay.
Right, yeah. So, read that part again.
Con. It says,
The way we talked about increases that which is not his.
it says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Yeah, it says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. And that's what they doing with all these resorts all throughout the globe, man. I ain't gotta be there, but I can almost guarantee that Dubai, that country, I bet you the so-called white man's profiting off of that shit. You know, scripture say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So you think this place where all these celebrities and people want to go and be a main tourist attraction where it's a lot of revenue being generated from, you know? You think Esau not benefiting off that? You out your mind, man. Yeah, bring it out. We're gonna close on it more than likely.
It is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name.
Right, and to them that fear thy name. And that's the point right there. You know, because it said, give reward unto the servants, the prophets, Revelation 11. Yeah, there's going to be a reward unto the servants. Even though all hell is going to break loose, all the other nations are going to be angry, right? There's still going to be a reward unto the prophets. Is that it on it?
It says, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Yeah, you're going to destroy you so-called white people, man, you Edomites, because you've destroyed the earth. So because the Most High, when Yahushua and the angels created the earth, it was called Aidan. Aidan, which is called what? Paradise. America's supposed to be a paradise. I mean, America. The earth is supposed to be a paradise. But the so-called white man jacked it up and turned it into hell. So the Most High, Yahushua, is like, look what you did to my creation. You know? And he's gonna cook them. He's gonna cook it, start all over, and then what? The kingdom of heaven is gonna be established all over, and the earth is gonna be turned back to paradise.
Yeah, that's right. That's why the scripture say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of
That power is beautiful. And with that, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.